Well, the sun is shining here in Elmira as the Pioneers host the Auburn Doubledays for game number 5 of the 2023 Auburn Doubledays regular season. Trevor Curl up here in the booth high above Dunfield at Municipal Stadium as Auburn looks to continue their winning ways, currently sitting at 3-1 in the standings and currently leading the West. About a half game above Batavia and Elmira. Niagara sitting a couple of games below, still at a half game as well. Geneva, the Red Wings, 2 games back, and Newark sitting at 3.5 back in the Western Division. Well, we got plenty of blue skies on hand here in Elmira as the rain seems to be staying away from the foothills of the beautiful rolling green mountains. Back on the backdrop here inside Dunfield, we've got ourselves one beautiful day for baseball. 73 degrees on hand. Like we mentioned, a little bit of rain possibly passing over, but it should be gone by 8 o'clock tonight. Well, let's take a look at the batting order. First for the home team, as announced by manager Ben Julian, leading things off will be the shortstop Harrison Campy. Batting second will be the extra hitter tonight, Tommy Roldan. Batting third will be the designated hitter in Bobby Stang. Batting fourth will be the center fielder Christian Bauman. Batting fifth will be the right fielder AJ Wenrich. Batting sixth will be the first baseman Hal Walker Jr. Batting seventh will be the catcher Jake Bolin. Batting eighth will be the third baseman Bryce Moore. Batting ninth will be the left fielder James Mason. And rounding off the order, batting 10th, the new guy Riley Brody, making his Doubledays debut for the first time this season. Well, the Doubledays will send out Jake Danny Luck back to the mound. It'll be his second start of the 2023 season. The last time he went out facing the Geneva Red Wings in the opening day season, only pitched 3 innings in a blowout victory, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Looking to get a little more length out of him now that it'll be his second start, maybe a little more leash on him with the pitch count starting to climb up as we start to get into the meat of the summer. Like we mentioned, beautiful skies overhead. Couple of darker clouds starting to blow away as the flag is blowing straight out to dead center field. As we're taking a look here at our first look inside Dunfield outside Municipal Stadium. It's pretty much a cookie cutter stadium. You got about 325 to the foul poles down the line. Jet straight out to center field at 380. But you do have to hit over 2 very tall walls, about 20 feet. The only break in those walls is in the right center field gap where we have the scoreboard and the Texas Roadhouse target. And someone wants to take home some biscuits for sure. Well, both teams just playing catch right now as we're starting to get working, getting close to first pitch here. We'll be right back here on the Doubledays Radio Network. And here we are. Welcome back to Dunfield at Municipal Stadium. As we're just starting to get a little bit closer to first pitch, let's now read the batting order for the Elmira Pioneers. As announced by manager Andrew Drum, leading things off, playing left field will be Matt Granado. Batting second will be the designated hitter, Aiden Blake. Batting third will be the catcher and John Schroeder. Batting fourth will be the extra hitter, Ray Hernandez. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, Weston Gingrich. Batting sixth will be the shortstop, Blaze Fadio. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, Cooper Smith. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, Griffin Yastrzemski. We saw him getting the start last time at Falcon Park against the Doubledays back on Sunday. Moving over to second base, batting ninth, Dom Presto. And then rounding off the order, batting 10th will be the third baseman, Nick Montagna. As both teams playing catch down the lines, both teams will be wearing red tops. The Doubledays will be in their gray pants, and the Pioneers will be in their home whites. As we'll decide our pick to click here in this one. Well, I'm going to go A.J. Wenrich tonight. A.J.'s only been 1 for 8 so far this season, 3 strikeouts, but I feel like tonight's the night he's going to get that bat going. He's been hitting a lot of baseballs hard during batting practice. And over the course of the season so far, he's been just missing a couple of swings. He has a lot of good strength, the right fielder out of Georgia Southern. So he'll be my pick to click tonight. Talk to a couple of guys behind the batting cage, more specifically Hal Walker and Chris. And he said that if someone's going to go yard tonight, it's going to be AJ. And we're excited to see that as the field is just starting to get watered. Both teams finishing off their stretching as a couple of kids are down the space line right by the Elmira dugout. A couple of kids are playing catch with some of the players. A lot of good things to see this summer as a school year is just starting to wind down as we're looking to get to the dog days of summer. We're already in early June. It is June 10th today. And it's hard to believe that the season just got started last week. A lot of forest fires from Canada have really halted this season so far. The Eastern Division has been a little more lucky than the West Division so far, as Amsterdam currently leads the Eastern side at 6-0. They'll play again later. For the Doubledays, though, they're leading the league and only playing their 5th game tonight, 4 games under their belt. We'll be right back tomorrow at Falcon Park in Auburn when the Doubledays will take on the Newark Pilots. We'll get on to that a little more later in the ball game, but for right now, we're still getting our last preparations done for first pitch. Hopefully, first pitch will be coming up soon around the 6:45 marker, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Doubledays Radio Network. And here we are. We're getting slower and slower. Getting the first pitch coming up soon here on the Doubledays Radio Network. As let's take a little recap of last night. Turn back the clock to Falcon Park, where Auburn took down the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. That was a final score of 6-0. There's a lot to go over, but really your guy on the night of the night was Bobby Stang. 2 doubles, a couple of RBIs as well in that night. One off the wall out in right field, and then kind of delivers another one to the left center field gap. He'll be in the lineup tonight. He will be batting third, doing the designated hitting. As we're starting to get there to first pitch, both teams have stopped throwing for majority of the purposes. The Doubledays are currently waiting in their dugout for further instruction, as the Elmira Pioneers still have some kids on the field playing some catch with the players, making a fun atmosphere. As speaking of fun atmosphere, there was a cushy seat giveaway tonight, so all the fans entering into the ballpark got themselves something to comfortably sit on these old wooden benches here inside Dunn Field at Municipal Stadium. As we're slowly making our way to first pitch, players still playing catch. The field looks great, all groomed up with the chalk outline, the old school chalk outline. Bases put into the spikes. One painted white third base bag. The other two look like they've been used quite a bit so far in the afternoon. Players signing autographs, as well as tell you a little bit about this ballpark here, as it's one of the biggest ballparks in the league. It's got an interesting net going behind all the way around the home plate area, but there's one spot where the net pretty much stops, and fans in attendance are going to have to pay attention right down behind home plate, behind the dugouts. Kind of looks a little bit similar to the way Fenway looks with the retaining wall. As the umpires have just showed up, they're going to get ready for the home plate meeting, so we should have baseball coming up soon. We'll be right back here from Dunn Field as the Doubledays are just moments away from first pitch, taking on the Elmira Pioneers. Well, as we're just about to get ready, let's take a listen to the public address announcer, Jared Dagda, to get us ready to go for first pitch coming up next. Well, we're currently waiting for first pitch, so we're still actually waiting for the announcement of the home side starting lineup, as we had some gymnasts performing some acrobatic acts behind home plate. And it looks like we're just about to get underway with the home side starting lineup, as we'll take another look here at the Doubledays starting lineup. As announced by manager Ben Julian, leading things off will be the shortstop from Woodford College, Harrison Campy. Batting second will be the extra hitter from Virginia, Tommy Roldan. Batting third will be the designated hitter from Georgia Southern, Bobby Stang. Batting fourth will be the Charleston Southern center fielder, Christian Bauman. Batting fifth will be the right fielder from Georgia Southern, A.J. Wenrich. Batting sixth will be the Hiram College first baseman, Hal Walker Jr. Batting seventh will be the catcher, Jake Bolin from Villanova. Batting eighth will be the third baseman from the University of Northern Colorado, Bryce Moore. Batting ninth will be the Clarkson left fielder, James Mason. And batting 10th, rounding things off, will be the Ithaca second baseman, Riley Brody. And for Brody, this is his first game here with the Doubledays this season, currently awaiting his return from school play, as Ithaca was a little bit deeper of a run for a regional, as the starting lineup is starting to take the field for the Pioneers. We'll take a quick break once again. When we come back, first pitch coming to you from Dunn Field at Municipal Stadium. We'll be right back here on the Doubledays Radio Network. Well, the colors have been walked off the field by the Boy Scout troop, bringing in from the Elmira area as the Pioneers have taken the field here at Dunn Field. Baseball is back tonight as the Auburn Doubledays taking on the Elmira Pioneers. Hello, everybody. Trevor Curl here with you up high in the catbird seats, well above home plate. Actually, just left of home plate. We'll get a pretty good look at balls and strikes from up here as the wind's starting to blow out from to straight away center field over the double walls. As a couple of ceremonial first pitches are starting to get thrown. Let's take a look at the batting order once again for the Doubledays, as announced by manager Ben Julian. Leading things off will be the Woodford commit Harrison Campy batting second. Will be the Virginia commit Tommy Roldan batting third. Will be the designated hitter from Georgia Southern Bobby Stang batting fourth. The Charleston Southern center fielder Christian Bauman batting fifth. The Georgia Southern right fielder A.J. Wenrich batting sixth. Will be the Hiram College first baseman Hal Walker Jr. batting seventh. The Villanova catcher Jake Boland batting eighth. University of Northern Colorado third baseman Bryce Moore batting ninth. The Clarkston left fielder James Mason and batting 10th. Rounding off the order, the Ithaca second baseman Riley Brody. Now let's take a look at how the Pioneers will go behind starter Max Zintil. Going from left to right, Matt Granado out in left field, Weston Gingrich in center, Cooper Smith out in right field, Nick Montagno over at third, Blaze Fatio over at short, Don Presto at second base, Griffin Yastrzemski will be at first, and John Schroeder will be behind the dish doing the catching. Pioneers take the field in their home reds with white bottoms, as the Doubledays will be in their road reds in gray slacks, as Max Zintel takes the mound for Elmira. This will be his second game of the season. Last time he went out and pitched against the Batavia Muck Dogs resulted in a 4-5 loss. Zintel pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs. They were all earned. 2 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, faced 24 batters with an ERA so far of 4.50. Clear blue skies with a couple of clouds overhanging us above the Elmira sky. We have the Chemung River sitting right behind the wall over third base side and the left field, as we are in a big cookie cutter stadium with a high double wall 20 feet tall about, except for the right center field gap that is out and cut in half almost to fit the scoreboard and the Texas Roadhouse sign. As the throw goes down into second base, the home plate umpire gets the mask back on, digs himself in as Harrison Campy takes a walk into the right-handed batter's box, digs himself in. A couple of taps from the cleats of the gray bat. Just the jersey as Zintel toes up on the rubber, the first base side, coming to the stretch. And the first pitch to the Doubledays leadoff batter is a fastball that catches the outer edge, and we are underway. Like we said, nice blue skies. 73 degrees here at first pitch, wind blowing straight away center field. Well, no pressure from him. We've seen him go into a count like this and then still manage to scrape out a base hit. It's what Woodford College likes out of some leadoff guys, as the 0-2 fastball swung and tapped over the ground over to third. Montagno, he's got it. Long throw across the diamond to beat the hustling Campy. And just like that, we have our first out recorded of the ball game as Tommy Roldan takes his stride over to the left-hand batter's box. The Virginia commit very pleased with how the Cavaliers played Duke today so far. They have evened up the Super Regional in Charleston. Game 3 will be played tomorrow evening. So I'm sure Tommy will be watching very closely, as the first pitch coming to him from Zintel is a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike 1. Tommy leading the Doubledays so far in the hits category, not the hits category, but rather the average, 5 for his last 7 at-bats, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Good for a 7.14 average. Last night he was 0 for 2 in the ball game versus the Tarp Skunks, as a good off-speed pitch does not catch the outer edge, rather. It's a little low for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Don digs himself in the left-hand batter's box, waving the